What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to another video where we talk about the official launch of the mainnet of Opbnb, the new layer 2 solution from Binance, which is built on the Optimism stack. In this video I want to give you an overview which DEXs are currently out there where you can potentially make gains through farming pools, through yield farms, and I want to show you the best research platforms to get the newest information on which projects will launch on Opbnb very soon. We want to start this video off with a view on the current statistics of the network. Because they have just been bridged 3.5 million US dollars, yet the value is increasing almost every single hour now because more and more people get aware of it, and you can basically do your whale research on here. You can see all the whales and you can filter for those wallets, for example on DBank, see where those wallets provide liquidity, in which meme coins they're investing. Of course there might be some wallets who already bridged their funds at the start of Opbnb around a month ago and they now bridge their funds already back. But there are a lot of new wallets which are now paying attention to what's going on Opbnb, and you might take advantage of their research, of their actions. So just look at this dashboard here, filter for those wallets, and look where those guys with bigger capital leaving their liquidity. If we go back to DeFi Llama and take a look at the potential of Opbnb, we have to compare it with the Binance Smart Chain. The Binance Smart Chain currently has a total value locked of 2.8 billion US dollars. And if we just take 5% of these 2.8 billion US dollars, which would be 140 million US dollars, so 5% of the users of the Binance Smart Chain move over to Opbnb, there is a lot of room, as you can imagine, as well as the 24-hour volume, which is currently sitting at 320 million, which would then already be 60 million US dollars in daily volume on this new layer 2 chain as more and more people get aware of it. Currently, we have a lot of protocols over there. The total value locked here on DeFi Llama is currently at 1 million US dollars. The biggest DEX is Binary Swap. They have also their own token, which is called 0101. And another DEX which I wanted to mention here is 4DEX, because one of the founders, a co-founder of the Ramses exchange on Arbitrum, is behind it. And that's the two DEXs I have currently liquidity on. We will take a look on the DEX screener page in a few seconds. If you want to get the newest information, what's going on Opbnb, you might want to jump onto Twitter and you want to take a look at the BNB chain Twitter channel where they post the newest information, especially on Opbnb, on all the new projects which are launching on there, and this might be a good resource for your research. Then, as far as I know, there are currently two bridges out there which allow you to bridge your BNB from the Binance Smart Chain to Opbnb. The first one is the official Opbnb bridge. You just type in the number of BNB on the Binance Smart Chain you want to bridge over to the Opbnb mainnet, and this should take up to 60 seconds and your funds should arrive at the Opbnb network. I already showed you in a previous video how you can add the Opbnb network to your MetaMask or to every other wallet. The second page, which is allowing you to bridge funds over, is Orbiter.finance. So you just choose the Binance Smart Chain over here to the Opbnb network. You again need BNB tokens and you can bridge them over here. This again should take up to 60 seconds until the funds arrive on the right network. Then the first page where you can do yield farming, I already mentioned in the beginning, is 4DEX. Here in this case, we already have a lot of yield farms with very low liquidity pools, and that's where I see the chances. There are currently still good APRs, so you get almost 1% every single day in those bigger farms up here. I, for example, provided some liquidity in the RapBNB FDEX, so the FDEX token pair, and getting around 1%, 1.1% every single day distributed in FDEX token. The second page I'm using is Binary Swap. Here you also need to swap your BNB into RapBNB, and then you can go, for example, into this farming pool, into the single staking pool of RapBNB. There currently the APR is also at 535%. So you get around 1.5 to 1.7% daily distributed in the 0101 token, which is currently looking like this. So it's had its peak around the $2 US. Now we are sitting at 36 cents. But but as more and more volume gets traded on binary swap and people are using the token, I expect it to go up. And again, we are just in the early days. The mainnet is live for 2 days now, so the official launch, and the future volume might give this token a push. So where can you find new tokens which are launching in Opbnb? I, for example, researched them on DEX Screener. Here you can see all the current DEXs which are on there, and I filter almost every time for liquidity. And here you can see the 0101 token from Binary Swap has the biggest liquidity, and the token of 4DEX is on the 4th place. We also have the NightDEX token and also the Luigi Swap token. Those are currently the biggest ones out there, and you currently might want to go to these DEXs, especially to 4DEX and Binary Swap, to have your liquidity on safer places. Another platform where you can do your research on new projects is DBank. Here you just go to the stream and type in Opbnb and search for the latest posts. And here you will find a lot of people who share their research, who post new pages, new projects on Opbnb. Of course, there are a lot of scams out there, so you should watch out. Don't trust every single post on here. Take a look for the comments. Do your research if these posts are legit, but this is normally a good place to find really good alpha on new projects. And the second page to do your research, which I can really recommend, is, as always, Twitter. So you also go into the search bar, type in Opbnb or Opbnb launch, and filter for the latest posts, and there you will also find a lot of projects, a lot of pages which share their research, which share their news, and you might come across a new project, a new DEX on the network with huge potential, which will launch in the upcoming days and weeks, and you will be one of the early ones. This should do it for today's video. I hope there was some informative stuff in it. If yes, would be great if you can hit the like button if you don't want to miss future projects on Opbnb or other potentially promising DeFi projects, which I share almost on a daily basis here on my channel. You might also want to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.